Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So the upcoming reset is a big day for global server. We're going to be getting the higher Dura trials floors, which means we're going to be able to craft mythic magic charms finally. Now the first important point I always mention when we make these charm priority guides is any hero which was released in this season, including contests, including Aurora, including Solis, Sylvan, you can buy charms from the charm merchant for them. Now they may not be the ideal slot because now there's also a set effect when you get into mythic charms, as you guys can see on the Shmear here for example, but basically it might give you some charms which are useful, so you should pick those up first. Okay, now we're going to talk about what are the priority heroes for you to be getting your charms of first and foremost. We're going to go faction by faction and talk it all out. It's going to be mainly your Dream Realm focused heroes first of all. However, AFK stage heroes you can also invest into because it will help you there as well. And then PvP would be the final priority. We're not going to really talk about that too much. Okay, for the Lightbearers, there are not any major heroes for Dream Realm. Hypogeans does see some usage though, and especially in endless difficulty as well, he is seeing usage. So I would recommend getting the Hypogeans charms. Now the thing about Hypogeans are, it's either Blast Charms or Mystic Charms. Generally, Mystic are a good option, especially for AFK stages. Mystic are essential. Sometimes in certain Dream Realm, Blast might be slightly better, but basically, Mystic is a safe bet, and I would say probably you should go for those, but Blast is the other option that has some usage in Dream Realm. So Hypogeans is going to be important. Apart from this, Sylvan is as well. We saw Sylvan today in the Sarathiel boss, and probably we are going to see him in Sarathiel boss even maybe next week. So getting the Sylvan charms are going to be big. Also for AFK stages, Sylvan is used a lot, and so getting his charms are really going to help you there. And definitely, Gale Charms do seem the way to go for Sylvan. Attack speed to allow him to proc his extra blades more frequently, and then attack, just to increase his damage output. So I would definitely say Gale Charms are recommended for Sylvan. Apart from this, Zany hardly sees usage. Some people are running her in Dream Realm, but generally she's not in the overall top team. But if you do want to pick up charms for Zany, Gale Charms are safe. They are tried and tested, and they're a really good option, attack and attack speed. So I would probably recommend those. Apart from that, not really much more to comment on here, like Siren for AFK stages. And for him, usually destructive charms are the charm of choice, which are these ones over here. You can pick them up if you use them a lot in AFK stages, but not really necessary. And then Perseus, sometimes I see him in AFK stage. I think my viewers picked him up for PvP because he has a crowned Perseus. He's using him in PvP a lot, of course. And so arcane charms are recommended for Perseus, by the way. So those are the big ones. Cassidy is not seeing any endless usage, so you don't need to worry about these other heroes here. Moving on to the Wilders. Wilder heroes for Dream Realm. Definitely you're gonna want to get Valara charms and also Solis charms. Now Solis is easy, so we'll start with her. Arcane charms are best for her because the skill power increases her attack buff she grants to allies, and attack increases her initial attack, which is their scaling of how much attack buff is given to allies. So she's an attack buff bot as well as a healer, and arcane charms would be best for Dream Realm. Valara, if you're using her in Dream Realm, and you are in Nocturne Judicator, everyone is. The problem with Valara is usually sorcery charms are good for Dream Realm. However, sometimes there comes a boss where like you want to have mystic charms on her or blast charms on her. So that's the awkward thing about Valara. But basically, starting off with sorcery is always a good option. And yeah, you cannot go wrong with sorcery charms, but for some specific content, whether it be some AFK stages or whether it be Dream Realm, sometimes Mystic or Blast also have their usage, but sorcery is a good safe bet. Faramore. Now, Faramore doesn't have the most Dream Realm usage. He's mainly for AFK stages. But if you're going to get him for AFK stages, well, my viewers go in Arcane Charms. However, Ruthless Charms are actually is recommended for AFK stages, the Ruthless Charms. But Mystic and Arcane both work for Dream Realm content. And so either one of those can be a good option. And then you have Florabelle. Florabelle is going to be very important if you have her with the Supreme Plus skill upgrade, and her best charm is going to be the Gale Charms. I tested this on the Pioneer server. Gale Charms were the best on her attack and attack speed. So you're going to want to go for that, and her charms are going to be important because she's seeing multiple boss, well, at least a Doomscourge boss usage. So there you have those heroes. Apart from that, you do have Ravion. I don't think you're going to see him basically at all in Dream Realm, like for this phase. But Arcane Charms are just always the best for him, and for PvP definitely as well. And that's also probably why my viewer has the charms on these heroes. These are his PvP heroes. He has Gale on Lily May also for PvP, I guess. So yeah. Apart from this, you have some AFK stage heroes like Theodore, and getting the Insight charms onto Theodore are his recommended charm set. Even though they're not recommended here, Insight are good. Skill power increases like the crit he gives to ally behind him. So those are the recommended ones. And that's basically it for the Wilders. Not much more to talk about here. Let's move on to the Maulers. So in the Maulers, you have, of course, the queen herself, Galahad, Blast Charms, major priority. Obviously, you guys have seen her usage. It's basically 8 out of 8 of bosses for Dream Realm. You need to get her the Blast Charms. These are the best charms for her, and she's dominating Dream Realm. So this is going to make a big difference. It's one of the most important charm sets to get. Corden as well is going to be fairly important. Not the most top tier, but yeah, this seeing usage. Nocturne Judicator, even today in Serathra boss, if you don't have contests, then you would be using Corden, and Blast Charms are going to be best for Corden. Apart from this, the other heroes here are not too important. My viewers picked up Smoky Charms. I can't remember Smokey's actually being in any top Dream Realm team so far for the global server. However, it may be with Mythic Charms. Usually that is when he comes online. So picking up Smoky Charms, Recovering Charms will be good. But you can also wait on this. Wait until you see Smokey actually being in a top team for Dream Realm. And then you can pick up the charms. Don't pick those up like the #1 priority or anything like that. But yeah, these Recovering Charms are going to be important. Those are the best charms for Smokey. And that's basically it for the heroes that you guys see over here in Nazarick. Unfortunately, not seeing the Dream Realm usage right now. Okay, finally we have Graveborn of the main factions. So over here, definitely you will want to pick up the Shamira charms. This is going to be important. But she is still seeing some Dream Realm usage, and Butcher charms are the best for Shamira. So get the Butcher charms on Shamira. Don't get baited by the Blast charms, because I think her recommended are the Blast, but the Butcher are the way to go for Shamira. And then you have Damon in Gloomlaw. For some budget teams, he is seeing usage, and Mystic Charms are best for him. Also, he's a beast in PvP, and you can even use him somewhat in AFK stages, but mainly PvP and Dream Realm. And yeah, Mystic Charms for Damon are going to be important. Apart from that, you don't really need to worry about the other hero charms. My viewer's basically done a really good job of what he's chosen to actually craft. Velka used to have some usage and some backup teams for Blightshroom. However, I honestly think very few people are actually using her in the top team unless you're limited on options. If you are limited on options, then the best charms for her are going to be okay, it depends. This is the thing. Arcane Charms are better for her if you're running her with Baelran. This was how it was in the previous season for Blightshroom, because the skill power increases her attack speed buff to nearby allies. So if you really get a lot of value by attack speed buffing your other carry damage dealers on the team, for Blightshroom, whatever boss, then Arcane Charms would be better. But for Velka's own raw damage, Gale Charms are better. So that's basically the decision you'll have to make. I'll talk more about it if Velka is ever used in any Dream Realm boss. Then our team, I will talk about it when that happens, but basically that's just the difference between the two. Both are good. However, depending on your allies, Arcane Charms could be better for some Dream Realm teams compared to if you just want to depend on Velka for her sole own damage, then Gale Charms are better for her. So that is what we have there. Oh, Isabella. We forgot to mention Isabella. Oh, maybe because my viewers go in contests, but basically Isabella, if you want to get her charms, I don't know, honestly. We need to check, and we need to see testing, because sometimes there's some charm issues with Isabella. But basically, if you wanted to know the best charm set for her, you need to look at ultimate power or skill power. Ultimate power is the way. If you see this here, it increases attack by more if you give her ultimate power. So definitely you want her charms to give ultimate power. The skill power is not useful for increasing your damage output, and so you're going to want to give her ultimate power, and then probably that's just going to be the recommended charm set. Yeah, this is the only one. So you're going to go for this healing and ultimate power. Wizard Charm, these are going to be best for Isabella. They were the best for him, Ravage Realm as well, so that is going to be important. Apart from this, we do have Mr. Thorin for King Croaker. His charms are not going to be very important, but if you do want to get the optimal charm set just for damage in Dream Realm, it's going to be the Blast Charms, because those are going to increase his damage by the most. But if you want like tankiness for PvP, then you're going to go for the Bear Charms if you're using him in PvP. So that's what we have there. And that should be it. Shadewing, Ludovic, no meta usage right now. Ludovic, just not enough damage for Endless, and Shadewing, we're in Endless now, so Shadewing's nowhere to be seen. Kind of same with Bonnie, nowhere to be seen. But if you want to get Bonnie charms, I will just tell you, usually it has been the sorcery charms being best for her, so I would recommend picking up the sorcery charms on Bonnie if you want to get her charms. Okay, so we're done with all the main 4 factions. Just to quickly run over them to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, Mikola, we didn't talk about. If you're using Mikola in Blightshroom, you'll want to get her Arcane charms, because those are the best for her. They increase her attack, which increases her combat fury damage, and they increase her attack buff she provides allies by providing the skill power. So that Mikola is going to be pretty important. Shakira is not really in any near even top team, so there's nothing to really comment about there. In the Wilders, we did cover everything, I'm pretty sure. And of course, if I did still miss something, you guys can feel free to point out in the comment section. That's much appreciated. And yeah, because that's always possible in these videos that I make. Okay, now we have the Celestial heroes, and there are a lot of key heroes here, as you guys see. I don't know why he's got in the charms on Tailene. Because Titan Reaver isn't even going on right now. Anyway, Twins, Sorcery Charms are the best for them. Sometimes, though, Eagle Charms, you're going to see some Eagle Charms in some Dreamon bosses, because this is always the case. Because of the boss mechanics, sometimes, for some teams, it's better to have Eagle Charms on Twins. But generally speaking, for maximum effect, Sorcery Charms are the way to go for Twins. They increase the buffing capability of them to the highest extent. And so Sorcery Charms on Twins are the way to go, and they're a major priority, because they're in like 7 out of 8 of the Dreamon boss top teams. Aurora, also, she is going to be a major priority. You can pick up her charms from the Charm Merchant, but if you don't hit anything good, then you will just have to craft them. Now, for Aurora, the Sorcery Charms are going to be the way to go, because they enhance, basically, her summon's damage. Sunny, and then her summon as well. So yeah, Sorcery Charms onto the Aurora are going to be the way to go. That is true. Okay, Baelran, Insight Charms. If you have Baelran built, he's seeing Dreamrealm usage. Definitely you want to get him the Insight Charms. And then finally, Aliceth, of course, also the queen of Endless Dreamrealm. You want to get her the Arcane Charms. That's going to be big. Those are the best charms for her. Okay, apart from that, I mean, the other heroes, Alna is just AFK stages, but if you're going to focus AFK stages, you want to get Alna with the, what were the charms? Insight, yeah, the Insight Charms, because that increases... this thing? Yeah, HP. It increases the max HP of your ally by slightly more. So that's why it's more utility. And that is it for Celestials. Moving on to Hypogeans. Hypogeans, of course, we have Contests, the new basically member of your team roster. And you're going to want to have, yeah, the Arcane Charms onto her. Wait, Arcane Charms? Is it the, yeah, it is the Arcane Charms, because basically she deals HP loss damage with her skill, and that skill power is going to amplify that. Her ultimate is only for healing. Like the ultimate power is only going to increase healing. That doesn't matter for Dreamrealm. So just raw damage is going to be Arcane Charms. Arcane Charms are best for her for Dreamrealm. Those are the ones you should be getting. You can pick up from the Charm Merchant, but you're probably not going to hit all of them, but maybe it can just make your job a little bit easier and quicker. And for Gunner, it is going to be the Blast Charms, as you guys see here. Blast Charms are best for Gunner, because that increases his attack buff that he provides to the ally behind him from the ultimate power. An attack of his own increases his initial attack, and his initial attack is how the attack buff value is calculated onto the target behind him. Harak. So Harak, oh, interesting, my viewers going for the balance charms, is always difficult to know between balance and butcher charms. So honestly, I would not craft Harak charms yet. Wait for Dreamrealm. When I make the Dreamrealm video, I will talk about based on the findings of which charms people crafted, what's getting the top score, and then you can just go with that. Balance charms are safe. Usually they are top, but sometimes like butcher charms become the best option. So again, there's a little bit of a difficulty with Harak, but only do this if you have Harak built, of course. Apart from this, you do have a couple other heroes here. Feresto, he's going to have potentially some usage or maybe backup team usage. And then Ravager and Titan Reavers, like that's it. But his charms for Dreamrealm are sorcery charms, by the way. But you can also make do with sturdy charms. And sturdy charms overall are better for like other game modes. If you're using him anywhere else, sturdy charms are better. And then you have Mihira. Mihira is going to be on the Mystic Charms are best for it, generally speaking. Sometimes Arcane Charms, like maybe for Ravage Rum, when she's a dedicated damage dealer, then Arcane Charms could potentially be better. But generally speaking, Mystic Charms are better for Mihira and also for AFK stages. So you can go for the Mystic Charms on Mihira, and that will help you in AFK stages as well. Rainier, he's not going to be majorly important for Endless Dream Realm. I don't even know if he's going to have any usage in top teams, but if you're using him at all, Mystic Charms are the way to go for Rainier. Those are going to be the best. And Kulu, if you are using Kulu in AFK stages, you will want to get her. Well, this is actually the tough part, because sometimes you want her wall to be thicker, you want her wall to have more lives, more hits that it can take, and then you want skill power. Skill power increases the hits that the thing can take. And then you can go for Arcane Charms, and Arcane Charms overall probably are good. But sometimes you want to go Acute Charms on Kula, because basically that doesn't increase the thickness of the wall, but it just gives her beneficial stats. So those are the two options we have. And then my viewer doesn't even have a single copy of Saida, but to show you Saida charms are going to be the Blast Charms. You want to get Blast Charms onto Saida, Ultimate Power and Attack Power. Those are the best charms for her. I think everyone's aware of that. And if you're using her in AFK stages, definitely she is a major priority for AFK stage pushing. So finally, guys, we have made it to the Dimensional Heroes. Congratulations for making it this far. It's only Pandora, and Pandora so far hasn't been in any top teams, so you can wait on this. You don't have to craft her charms immediately. But if she does ever end up being in a top team, it is going to be the Blast Charms. Blast Charms are going to be the best for her. Attack and Ultimate Power, because attack increases her damage output, and ultimate power increases her HP loss damage from her ultimate, which is basically her only source of HP loss damage. And there we have it, guys. That is going to be it for all of the Mythic Charm priority. I hope I covered everything. I think I did, especially when we went back and caught some things. But if there's anything else that I failed to mention, feel free to share in the comment section. That's always appreciated. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Good luck on your crafting tomorrow. And as always, you can always wait for my Dream Realm video of the day, and I will tell you, based on the team you're running, which are the priority hero charms to craft, and that can help you too. But thank you guys for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. And if you think about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.